Stampers, I'm Meg from Loven Stamps, and I have projects to share with you this month that feature, for Stamps in the Mail Club, the Love What You Do stamp set and the new Grapefruit Grove ink pad color. So the project that I'm going to show you right now is a tunnel card. So on the front it looks pretty normal. I have this one down to square card size, and then on the inside it has this fun extra fold. So kind of a neat way to reveal that surprise inside. And for Stamps in the Mail Club this month, I'm featuring the Share What You Love bundles, and these are the way for you to get stuff from the new catalog early, so sneak peek during the month of May, plus free product. So there's 3 different bundles. You can find out more information about these on my blog, but the first one includes 1 free item, the second one includes 2 free items, it's about $20. The third bundle includes 3 free items, which is about $30 for free. So these are a really, really good deal. Of course, you can always become a demonstrator, join my Loven Stampfuls demonstrator team and get whatever you want early. So anyway, let me show you some tips and tricks for making this tunnel card. It's a really great one, and I know you're gonna like to make this one at home.
So you can keep your directions handy if you want them, otherwise just get your packets out. And we have our pieces for the front of the card and our pieces for the inside of the card. So let's set these aside for a minute and start here. So our card base is 4 1/4 inches by 8 1/2. So it's a cut down square version of a full card size. So 8 1/2 by 4 1/4. The inside piece is 3 3/4 by 8 inches. And then I've scored it at 2, 4, and 6 inches. So before the hole is put in, I just score 2, 4, 6 so that it's cut into quarters. And then that center score line is what I'm going to use with the layering circles frinlet dies. And you're going to need 2 sizes from there. You're going to need the largest scallop, and what you'd do is you'd put this on your Big Shot. You would line up the center of the scallop with that center score line and run it through to cut that. And then from Whisper White cardstock, you would cut the largest circle, and that's going to fit inside here. So of course for Stamps in the Mail, that's all done for you, so you don't have to worry about it. But before I assemble, I'm going to grab some stamps. I have this little tiny flower here and my Grapefruit Grove pad. And these are the new stamp pad style, if you haven't noticed that already. They're super, super nice to open. There's no more push, flip, find the 3 dots or anything. They're just easy. All right, and then I'm going to fold this in a zigzag so that our ends stick out, so sort of a W fold like this. All right, to add this to your card, I like to use tear tape, and I'm going to put 1 piece of tear tape here at this end and 1 piece of tear tape here at this end. I'm not going to put any tear tape in the center, and I actually don't even put it close to the hinge here. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and peel off the first side, and I'm going to kind of fold this up. And the biggest thing is you want your card to be able to shut, and then to have the tunnel in the center. So I'm going to position this here so that I have a nice 1/4 inch frame around the edges. And then this is going to go out to the other side. Now, depending on how the cutting and the scoring and so forth work, your card might not open flat, and that's perfectly fine. You just want it to shut. So I'm going to go ahead and set this over here, and then just give it a gentle fold or gentle tap so that I can fold it, and yep, sure enough, it folds great. So now I can go ahead and stick that the rest of the way. All right, so that is the base of our tunnel card. Now for the inside here, I have some stamping to do. So I'm going to ink up this large watercolor image. I'm going to go ahead and give it a stamp off on my scratch paper, and then stamp on, because I want it to just be a little bit lighter version of the Grapefruit Grove, because over that I'm going to put our flowers. And the flowers here are kind of to just give me an idea of where I'm going to stick. And here's the key. You want them to be all the way to the left of the line. Okay, what line, you ask? The line that is going to be the center here. So I'm going to go ahead and crease this in half. Look, you can see my mistake on the back. If you don't stamp off, it's really dark. Anyway, so this is going to give us the placement here for the center of our card. And the reason we're doing that is because we're going to make another stamp here that is going to be cut out with scissors and layer on there, and you can't have this cross the midline or you will end up with some fudging, some smushing in your card and it won't close correctly. And when you have those set, you can pop a dimensional on the back and those get adhered here to your centerpiece. There we go. Okay, so you don't really have to stamp on the background if you don't want to, but it just kind of helps you with placement. And then I'm going to go ahead and just pop some tear tape on the back. You could use snail here, but this piece is going to get a lot of wear and tear pressure on it as the card opens and closes. So I just find that it sticks a little bit better when I have a strong adhesive. So I'm going to position that there in the center and then do the same trick, just sort of fold my card closed so that I know the card will close where I want. And there is our center, okay? Then we have a greeting that goes in the center too. And that I'm going to use this, I'm lucky to have a friend like you stamp and ink this one in black. My favorite is the Memento. And you know what? It's kind of fun, I think, sometimes to add just a little extra color around the edge. So I'm going to go ahead and add some extra flowers, just a couple. All right, now the trick with this is you have to be thinking hard about where you put your adhesive because you can't shut your card with adhesive. So instead of trying to stress about placement, I'm just going to put the dimensional on the card. That way I know that it's not going to overlap where it shouldn't. And then I'm going to tuck this in. Now, when you tuck this in, if you have it stick out too far, your card will reveal your message too soon. So I'm just going to, again, sort of half place that, make sure it does what I expect when the card closes, and there we go. The other thing is you can't have it go past this fold line here or it also won't fold. So there are some tips and tricks for that. Let's go to the front of our card, and I love this greeting from the set that says, "It's a beautiful day." Good for lots of occasions. Okay. And then I'm going to add those flowers one more time in Grapefruit Grove. We'll pop them down here. I love the placement of these too. It gives you so many different options for like different effects as you add pieces to your card. This paper is from the designer series paper in this set. There you can see the iridescence really well. It's absolutely gorgeous. And the iridescence is on several of the different sheets in the package, so it really gives you a lot of fun options. Okay, the twine, this is from the Rooted in Nature twine set. It actually comes as a set of 3, and it's a little bit heavier than some of the strings we've had in the past. So I'm going to give you a different trick for adding this to your card because I find that it doesn't like to curve quite as well, and I don't want to stress the paper. So here is my trick for that. I'm actually going to measure just enough to fold around to the back of our card and go ahead and trim the ends. I'm going to put 2 pieces of tear tape on this, one here and one here. And then I'm going to press the ends of my tear tape, or press the ends of that twine into the tear tape. There's one side, and get this peeled. And here is the other. So I'm just pressing that around to the back. Okay, so now we've got our adhesive set. And if you're really worried about popping off, you can always just even put another piece of tear tape over the top of that just to cement that end. Now what to do with this, because we still want our bow on there, I am going to pop this around the front and just tie my bow here with this leftover piece of string. So, and then you can slide your bow to exactly the place you want it very easily. And you don't have to worry about tying a tight bow around a piece of cardstock that is just not as heavyweight as, even though this paper is heavier weight than a regular DSP. Okay, and then I can take this and go ahead and pop the rest of it on with some snails just to hold it in place. This piece is sized to fit on the front of our card, so it's 4 inches by 4 inches, which is perfect because you can get 9 of these out of a sheet of the designer series paper. And then we're just waiting for our greeting, which we will pop on here with a Stampin' Dimensional. So there we go. It's a beautiful day. Hope that spring and summer are doing well where you are in whatever neck of the woods you're watching from. And here is a fun tunnel card idea as one of the Stamps the Mail Club projects this month. The Love What You Do stamp set is available in the catalog starting June 1st, but it's available in May only as part of a bundle where you get free product. So if you order your Stamps the Mail Club, then you can get your bundle with it. If you order one of the two larger bundles for the Share What You Love offer in May, then actually your Stamps the Mail Club kit is free this month. So make sure you check out my website for that really exciting offer. Woohoo! Free Stamps the Mail Club. Doesn't happen, actually, I don't think it's ever happened before. Anyway, make sure you check it out. Let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to stamping with you by mail. Happy stamping!